Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and what we're going to go ahead and do today is another view of a new ship in the game, that being the Constellation Phoenix, now available in 3.3, so we're going to go ahead and do a quick tour of this. Now it is worth remembering that the patch is still in PTU, so it's not necessarily the most stable thing on Earth, so we are going to go ahead and do this in free flight because it's going to make for a much better video that hopefully requires less editing otherwise. So exterior-wise, it basically looks the same as the Andromeda. It's got the same type of frontal on the nose. The cockpit is basically the same. It is apparently just a little bit larger, though it would be really hard to actually see any difference. So it's got a white exterior. That's the big thing to take note of. So let's go ahead and just get inside and take a look around. We are in the seat up front, and you can see it basically is the same experience that you would have anywhere else. So let's go ahead and hop out. We will go ahead and do our tour. And the first thing you're going to notice is in this luxury ship, you get out and all of a sudden you're like, boy, this basically looks like the Constellation Andromeda, right? And it basically is. So the way that I like to kind of equate this ship is there are segments that are very, very luxurious and segments that are very, very purpose-built. And it's almost for the people that you're entertaining versus the people that are actually going to be hosting those people. So the crew area is basically here. So you've got the cockpit and the functional area. Come back a little bit further, just like before on the other ones. You're going to get your little shower, toilet. You've got your lockers. You do have a functional table that comes up through the ground, allowing your crew to have a place to eat. Come back a little bit further, and you get your bunks, 4 of them. And here's where we actually get into the nice area. Come in, you're kind of greeted with the Phoenix logo. It kind of glows like a hologram, which is kind of cool. Off to the right, you have bedroom number 1. I do like the animations on these things. You know, they almost kind of like sparkle when you click the buttons, like you'll notice here, boop, and you almost get like the little dots that shoot off. Just a nice little detail. Small bunk. It is a nice set of quarters. You do have the screen there with another, RSI Phoenix type of logo. Each of the 2 bedrooms back here for the guest rooms do have the fish tanks, which is great. Let's go on over and show you the other bedroom. They're basically the same. Come on now. Don't be like this. There we go. We'll come over to this one, and we won't close the door this time to simplify things. Basically the same layout. You've got the bunk, you've got the fish tank, you've got the screen. Small rooms, but you're making effective use of the space. Come out here, and this is where you start getting that luxury airliner feel. You've got 2 seats here that you can sit in. You notice you've got these big windows along the side, which I freaking love. Design is very, very cool. You can very easily imagine sitting here talking to somebody about conducting business or sharing, trade secrets or organizing your, fleet operations or whatever it is while touring around and having really nice scenery. I mean, I really dig this. You can see that you kind of get the fogged glass a little bit on the bottom side, so you're not necessarily getting the full view of the people that are sitting in front of you, which is nice. Here, you've got a set of playing cards, you've got a table, you've got the 4 chairs that seat each other, so obviously conversations amongst a larger group. Still have the big window, and you also have another screen right here. The bar is fantastic, and I think this area right here, when you look at it, I think this is what they had in mind when they said that this ship is going to be baller, because this is very baller. I mean, maybe it's me, it's just my style, but I kind of like the look of it. It's cozy. You've got the bar stools where you can cozy up. You've got screens here for displaying, a Murray cup or whatever you want. You've got the booze, you've got the neon, got beers. I mean, you basically got the whole setup. Over here, you have the conference table. So if you want to get down to some serious operations and, really kind of conduct a lot of business, you've got 6 seats here. This is the default loadout. You do have the window where you could imagine kind of standing here and looking out over, whatever you're flying around. This is the section where they said that you can actually replace this conference table with a piano if you so choose. So that is something you have available. You've got nice wood flooring. I like it because it's not tacky or like super light wood. It's kind of dark, but it also has a nice appearance to it. They mentioned this as well. In the fish tank, you've got the Mark I variant of the Phoenix. That's actually a model in the fish tank, and I think that's kind of a cool little throwback to the design as the ship moved along. Here is the hot tub, and you can tell that it kind of retracts into the floor. I have not gotten this thing to open yet, to be honest with you. I know they said that there wasn't going to be water in it at first. Yeah, you see, like, I'm on the orange, which means I should actually be able to click it right now, and it's not doing anything. So I think this thing's just not fully implemented. But the hot tub should come out of the floor right here, and then eventually it'll have water, even though it won't right now. These inconspicuous little areas are actually component housings. So, you got it right here. That is a shield generator. And that's a shield generator. So it's nice to see some functional things in a ship. Come back a little bit further. Again, you have shield housings. Or not shield housings. This is looks like a cooler. Yep, that'd be a cooler. But again, it's all hidden behind doors, so you don't necessarily look at this and think to yourself, like, boy, this is something really industrial on a luxurious ship. You actually get the ability to see the closed panels, which is nice. Come back here, and we're now out of the luxurious passenger area, and you're back into crew areas. And this is where your primary component room. So you've got your gravity generator, power plant. This is also where you can get into the P-72 on this ship, the racing variant. And then over here you have, again, screens to help you do whatever you need to as far as like your engineering tasks are concerned. Come over here, and this is what they called that two-way mirror into like the captain's quarters, or the master bedroom, I guess I would say, because someone who's got this ship may not actually want to be flying it. They may hire somebody else, so this probably isn't captain's quarters. This is probably owner's quarters. It's supposed to be two-way glass where people can't really see in, but you can see out. It's a little bit fogged, but you can clearly see the bed through there, so it's not really as secretive as you would want it to be. On the interior here, you've got a nice window out the side. It is much clearer looking out. It's almost like it's just open glass. So there is some of that effect present. You've also got this window here that looks out. But again, it's kind of fogged. Like there's not really anything to it. It's just, just kind of there. You got the bed where you can snuggle up with someone you care about. And that's basically it in here. I was a little bit surprised there wasn't a bathroom in here. So I don't know really what the plan is, unless there's something I'm just totally missing on the design of the ship. It almost kind of seems to indicate that this is actually a shorter range purpose-built craft. So where if you actually need to use the restroom while you're on board, you have to enter the crew quarters and use the toilet, which I found a little bit strange, but it's not the craziest thing I've ever heard. And then this little inconspicuous thing right here is actually your entrance into the cargo area. So we'll hop on the elevator and go down. And this is your cargo lift, the belly lift, if you will. This is how you actually get to the outside or to the surface. You can obviously use the elevator on the front of the ship if you want. There are some other panels down here for accessing stuff as you need to. And that is basically your Constellation Phoenix. It's not all that unlike an Andromeda, although it is just a very baller version of the Andromeda. You've got these extra windows in here, which are a really nice touch. You've got these kind of, I don't want to call them vaulted ceilings, but these geometric shapes that come down and kind of hide some of the additional things like missile launchers and components and wires and everything. The big windows are the biggest thing. You've got the white theme running throughout the ship. All in all, it just looks really, really sharp, and I kind of dig the feel of having, I guess, the passenger area opposed to the crew area. And even the crew area has a nice look to it with kind of the white theme going throughout. And you do have weapons racks here. So that's it for your Constellation Phoenix tour. If you guys have questions on any of this, please let me know. Otherwise, stay tuned for a lot more coming soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and take care.